السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله
وعليكم
وبركاته.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Good morning, dear students. How are you?
Good, and thank
fine.
you.
Alhamdulillah. So today is Wednesday and the date is 2nd of December 2020. We talked about the changes that can happen to our environment and it will affect the organisms, all the living things. What are the first change we talked about? It's fine. You can tell me what are the changes that can happen to our environment and it will affect the organisms. Is there...
Like when we cut trees or fire.
Excellent. Yes. What it changes? Okay. When we cut trees and fires, how do they change the environment and how do they affect the living things or the organisms?
Plants will die.
Excellent. Plants will die. Yes. And then? Is it only bad change?
Animals will
No,
die.
and then
Excellent.
the ashes
Animals.
from the fire
Nice.
go
Ashes.
on the
Yes.
soil
There's no
and then make it grow.
Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Yes.
human.
And they will have enough space, new space for new growth. Okay. What about this picture? These two pictures. Yesterday we were talking about two things, or one thing, we have two type of it. Remember you saw a video about it?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about it. Okay. This is called... Tell me please.
That the succession, the primary succession,
Excellent.
it takes like more than 30 years to 50 years to grow because it doesn't have soil or trees, so
Excellent. Yes. Yes.
the animals that die, it will like make the soil and then the trees can grow and there will be like a forest.
Excellent.
Or
What are the kind
island.
of plants that will start growing in that area? In the
Moss.
Excellent. And a pioneer. Excellent.
And bushes.
No. Bushes will grow in the second or the secondary succession. Yes. Excellent, Yatala. Very nice. Okay, that leaves us to the secondary succession. What does it mean?
That means like there was a fire or volcano that erupted or a fire that happened in the forest and then all of the things were burned in the forest and then it will start growing, but it will take less time because there's already soil and
Excellent.
it was like there.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. I am so proud of you, Tala. Very good. Okay, guys, did you highlighted the word succession?
Yes.
Very good. Now let's underline what's a primary succession and what is the secondary. So primary succession begins on bare rock, such as after volcano erupts, okay? Bare rocks, which means there's no soil, no nothing, only rocks, just like this picture. So this picture show you the primary succession. Okay. The first organism to colonize are common pioneer. We call it pioneer species. The first organisms start to grow over here. What do we call it? Pioneer species. Okay? And then it will form soil. Then as soil develops, plant will begin to grow. Like what? Mosses and trees. Okay. It takes hundreds of years to stable community to establish itself. Okay? You should know it takes hundreds of years and not just a little bit, a couple of years or something. It takes a lot of time. Okay?
Okay.
If you finish highlighting with me, we will go to the next page. Did you finish, guys?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you're going to do the wordplay alone, okay?
One.
So you need to highlight secondary succession occurs when where an ecosystem has been disturbed, but soil it's still present. The soil is already there. It has been disturbed maybe by fire, by something else, but the soil is already there and the area, it's not a bare rock. See the first one? It's not a bare rock. So it will start up with bushes and small plants until they grow, and it will take a couple of years, not more than that. Okay. So secondary succession occurs more quickly than primary. The existing soil contains seed sometimes, okay? And the first plants are shrubs and grasses. All these, please make sure you highlight them. Large plants colonize the burned area. Also, animals will be returned so quickly. Eventually, a stable ecological community re-establishes itself. And we learn about fires and other changes. Everyone highlighted?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Very
Yep.
good. So, other changes, some changes can be very good, some changes can be very harmful. Organisms that live in the environment can cause a huge change. Okay? Changes can be both harmful and helpful in the same time. For example, when beavers make a dam, they cut down many trees. Trees that provide food and shelter for other living things. Look at this dam. Can you see this picture? This is the dam. This is the beaver. Look at the beaver cutting trees and making it over here like a big wall to make food and shelter for to make shelter for itself, but trees are food and shelter for others animals. Is that right? Not only the beavers. So in addition, the dam over here, when the beavers built a dam, what happened to this dam? What happened in this area? What do you think is going to happen for this area? Look at the water, amount of water over here and over here.
It will be less.
Excellent, will be less. Also, this is a river, so water must be floating and not stopping at some point, just like here. Okay, so the dam will slow the flow of water, which affect animals that rely on faster water flowing. Some animals, they live on that, the fast flowing, floating water. Okay, so beavers, when they make it, they will harm other animals. Okay, On the other hand, the dams produce wetlands which provide homes for other organisms. So there are other animals or organisms, they love the wet land and they live on that. So when the beaver make dams, it can be harmful, also helpful at the same time. Look at the beaver over here. Change the environment by building dam across stream. The dams cause flowing water to back up and form pond. This is a pond. These changes create environments where new plants and animals can establish themselves. Of course, this is a harmful or a helpful change. What I just read.
It's a helpful and
Excellent. It's a helpful because it creates new environments for new plants and animals. What about algae? Do you know what's an algae?
yes, it's a kind of bacteria. No, just kidding. It's a kind of what do you call it? I forgot. Seaweed.
Yes, excellent, excellent. Seaweed. Now, look at this beach or this sea. The water is what? What is the color of the
Red,
water?
red,
Red,
orangey,
Red.
brown.
orange. What do you think is that?
It's a chemical from the algae that is harmful for the
Excellent.
animal.
Excellent. So algae is a living thing, it's a plant, and it can harm the environment. How it will harm the environment? The
Because it's
algae. Tell me. Yes.
because the chemicals
Hmm?
it will let the fish not breathe in water, and it would let the gills dirty from its chemicals and would die.
Okay. Now, how this thing is working? Let me tell you about it. Algae soak up all the oxygen in the water. You know that water includes oxygen for fishes to breathe. You know that already. Is that right? So
Yes.
water includes oxygen inside, and this algae soak up all the oxygen in this area, so they can release chemicals, and they are very poisonous. Now, while they're releasing chemicals, what might happen? What do you think is going to happen around?
There will not be a lot. There will not be a lot of
If there is
fishes.
no oxygen and the chemicals are poisonous released, excellent. No alive animals or living things around. It will kill all the organisms living around it because it releases the chemicals and reduces the oxygen.
And also,
Okay.
it's not good to swim in.
Yes, of course, because there's no oxygen for us even, guys. It's poisonous. So whenever you
We
see the
can.
water is red, be sure not to go inside that or touch it, even touch it. Okay?
Because maybe it's like a bad chemical for you.
Yes, it is a bad chemical for us, of course. Thank you very much for helping, Yatanya. Now,
Welcome.
goats, sheep, and other grazing animal remove grass and other plants from an environment. How? There is a lot
By
of,
eating it.
yes, when too
By
many
eating it.
animals graze in an area, they eat grass faster than it grow back. There's no time so it can grow back again. These animals are too many for this food. Do you think if there's too many of one organism, is it a bad thing or a good thing?
A bad thing
A
because it's
bad
going
thing.
to eat everything that is on the land.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mariana, can I hear you, please? I want to know your opinion. What do you think?
It's a good thing and bad thing.
Okay, how is it a good thing? I need you to explain to me. I would love to know what do you think? If we have so much animal of one type or one kind, so like just this picture? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. There are so much sheep over here. So how is it helpful? Who eats sheep?
The wolves?
The wolves. Okay. Do you think this area has wolves?
Um,
No.
no.
No. So if there's no predators in this area, sheep will be more and more, and they will eat the whole food, the whole grass or in this area. They will soon run out of this food. Then
Grass.
will starve. Then they will starve. So this is a bad thing to happen. This is a bad change to be there because so much organism or one type of organism, they will start to compete for food instead of helping each other. The whole world need to balance. What do I mean need to balance? We need the same amount of predators to and prey and producers so others can eat them and to maintain the balance in the world. Let me tell you something. These animals which too much of the same type, we call them with a name. We call them invasive species. Invasive species means that are there so much population. Of course, you know what's this population of the same type of animal or the same species. If there is so much number of the same species, this is a very bad thing. I have a video to let you watch about invasive species. Just we are going to stop recording for a few minutes and then we will back because I want to give you a video. Are you ready, guys?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Back to recording, guys. What did you learn from this video? What's invasive species?
I know
Yes, dear. Yes, Tala.
that if like an organism was eating the other organisms, it would the organism like a snake was eating the animals, and then it would eat like all of the animals, and then the snake would multiply every time because it's eating, and then it's bringing kids, and then it could let the snakes more than the other organisms.
So I'm going to help you here. You mean if one type of organism eating a lot of food, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, it will finish the whole food. Okay, let me help you more. See, if one organism is multiplying more than the food, so this is a problem. See, if there is so much animal of one type, let's see rabbits. Just in the video you saw about rabbits in Australia, there was no predators to eat these rabbits. So these rabbits keep multiplying and have so much amount of rabbits, but the food it's still little for them because they are growing more than the food and there's no one to eat those rabbits. Now this is a problem because it will reach a time with no enough supplies for living. Okay, so multiplying a number of food or of animals is a problem. Everything in this world need to be balanced. We need a good number of predators and a good numbers of prey and a good numbers of producers. You saw the plants that they used to plant them for decoration and for food for cows. What happened at the end? What happened?
The animals were
started to eat each other.
Okay, that was with the rabbits. Now, what about the plants, ya Aman? Yes, Aman. When they planted so much plants, what happens to the house? Remember the house?
The plants started to die.
Okay, just let me put.
Miss, I know.
Yes, tell me, please.
The plants grew so much, there's no more space for anyone.
Excellent. See, this is the picture of the plants where they grew up all over the house and ate up everything. So, if one organism is growing too much, it is not good for the environment or for other organisms. Everything need to be balanced. So if there is more so much growing of one kind of organism, that will be invasive species. And we talked about this zebra mussels. How do zebra mussels came to other environments? How did they travel? By what? Who knows?
I know.
Okay, I need someone else, please. Anyone? Maria, where are you, Maria?
Here.
Zebra mussels. How zebra mussels came from one area to other?
They were accidentally carried.
Excellent. Yes, yes. Can you raise your voice? Say it again. Accidentally what?
Okay. They were accidentally carried into the Great Lakes in the hulls of ocean-going ships.
Excellent, excellent. People, when they travel, they took with them. They used the cargoes to ships to move from one area to another area. So these mussels were accidentally attached to the ship or the cargo and came from their native area to another area that they don't even live there. So each animal have its own environment to live. If you change this environment for them, it can be invasive and also it can be harmful. It's not all the time can be useful to change the environment for the animals. Also, imagine a lot of ants living all over the place. What can happen? A lot of disease is gonna appear, a lot of food is gonna disappear for others. So the world need to balance. The world need to balance. We don't need more, so much more from one species or one kind. Okay, guys, before we finish this class, please, can you tell me what are the changes we learned in this lesson that can happen to our environment and it will affect the living things?
That when one organism,
Guys?
one kind of
Yes.
organism will be alive, it will harmful the environment.
Excellent. Okay, what do we call these species? What do you call them?
Invade,
Excellent. Again, can you read it loudly, please? A little bit loud.
invasive species.
Invasive species. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we learned about invasive species and what are the changes can happen? Girls, what are the changes we learned over here? We took two changes. What are they? And can they be harmful all the time or they can be helpful sometimes?
The alga.
Excellent. The algae. The algae, what the algae can do? Is this you, Aman?
Yes.
So the algae growing where?
In the ocean.
Okay, and it uses what?
Arid,
Harmful chemicals.
Excellent, ya Maria. Again, ya Maria. How it will produce these harmful chemicals using what?
The red tide.
No, it will use the oxygen.
oxygen.
Yes, in the water. So how this will harm the animals or the others, the other organisms in this area?
Some fishes
Because they
will
need
die.
Excellent. So animals will be dead. Why? Because lack of there is no excellent. There is no oxygen,
There
and
is
we
no
talked about the
oxygen for
beaver.
them to breathe.
Excellent. Okay, now how the beaver can harm the environment and how it can be helpful for it?
The water will be less
Excellent. The water will be less. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Harmful or helpful?
harmful.
Harmful for other organisms who look for food and water. Excellent. And how it is helpful, how it's a good thing for others.
That it creates new environment and plants.
Excellent, excellent. And wet land will allow some organism to live in. Thank you, girls. That was all for today. We'll continue definitely tomorrow. Thank you for participating, for being here. Please, guys, study the highlighted parts that we did together. Okay, tomorrow we will revise for 2 minutes before we start, and then we will take the new part. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.